not you guys triggering me. It's just like, it's really hard to take care of myself after being with someone for so long and giving it your all.
Oh, shit. All right, guys, you're looking at the thumbnail, you're looking at the title of the video, you already know what time it is. It is time to get active. Shout out to the boys over at the Fresh and the Fit podcast. They just uploaded a video a few days ago entitled, "This is what the wall looks like," and the thumbnail has a young lady that's crying. I have not seen this yet, so I want to give you guys my pure and authentic thoughts. Without further ado,
what's your take on it? Agree, disagree? Not congruent with your life?
Being a single person. Sorry.
Speak your truth, hon.
It's not you guys triggering me. It's just like, it's really hard to take care of myself after being with someone for so long and giving it your all.
oh shit.
And I know that I want to find someone's to share life with, but I'm at a point where I'm valuing myself, and I didn't put myself in this situation. I didn't choose to be where I am.
What?
And it's just like trying to get back on my feet to find the people that I can vibe with. I resonate with what she's saying. Like, the part that hit me most was doing it all on your own. Even though I don't have kids, I'm just here taking care of myself. It's hard as fuck. It's lonely, and there's nothing more that I want to share life again with someone that will like be there for me and appreciate me and value me, all parts of me. So, sorry.
Wow.
No, it's fine. Thank you for being honest.
Let me address this real quick. Here's the thing. I don't know if she's necessarily tearful and emotional because she no longer has the person that she was with. To me, the way that she articulated that is she's emotional now because she just doesn't have somebody. And the chances of her getting someone that she truly wants to vibe with and appreciate and have on this roller coaster of life to help support her, she is not sure if it's in the realm of possibility. The name of this video that they uploaded is "This is what the wall looks like." And I agree, this is what it actually looks like. I think that this is important for her to talk through. I get there's a lot more left in here. I wonder if she's going to be saying more or they're going to go to other girls as well. But I think that this is the reality that doesn't get put on TV. This is the reality. One of the things that she said is that I didn't put myself in this particular position, and I don't know what her position was. I don't know if she talked about the relationship, and what might have happened, and maybe she felt as though she had to get out the relationship. But still, at the same token, there was a lapse of accountability of what she could have contributed to put herself in that position, to have eventually left that position. And I'm taking this from the perspective of not knowing her specifically, but just knowing the ideologies of the modern lady today. But often they get to these ages, and I'm guessing she's in her late 20s, if not early 30s. And he locked herself into a relationship. And now that she's out the relationship, she's seeing the difficulties within life within that, and understanding that her true nature, the way that she feels the most comfortable, is within the presence of a masculine dude. That's why I talk to you guys all day about this idea that I think that women need men more than men need women. Let me repeat that again. I think women need men more than men need women. Okay? And that there's an increase of a need for women to understand within the finite amount of time which they have the highest degree of value to secure a dude that will fall in love with them. Okay? I've said this before. It's almost as like from a dating and relationship perspective, many women are running on the proverbial video game time clock of life. And unless they remove the pandering out of their lives earlier in it and get therapy for any PTSD that they have experienced, get physical training and coaching, maybe not even coaching, but they just do it themselves. They work on their femininity. They take courtesy classes, things like that, to increase the likelihood of being marriageable material. Then if they don't figure all these things out and then they hit the wall, then they find that their choices are that much more limited, and then their checklists begin to fall off. What I think the emotion that we're seeing right here is all of that mixed with now she's out of said relationship. So all of the emotions, all of the tears that she shares with her girlfriends and the echo chambers kind of came up because I'm assuming that the Fresh Fit Boys was probably talking about some of the red pill truths of the stage of life that she's actually in right now. Let's keep going. I want to hear more.
A lot of women would not admit that. They would not.
That's a
They would
fact.
say I'm strong and independent, and they'll fight it to the grave. And
Yeah.
thank you for being honest and vulnerable.
Yes.
You know, and I
That's
have
important.
an opinion on this, a take on this, which I'll give you guys some factual data after. But what's your take on that?
Oh, they're going on to the next girl. All right. So, but real quick again, and I think it's important that Fresh hit on that right there, is that many don't talk about that because I think that it is important. This content, although it's in the male space, should be in the women's space. This content should be in the woman's space. But what's instead? Derek Jackson material pre-fall of Derek Jackson, the Steve Harvey material, the gold digging material, the shit that only leverages like the monkey part of our brain, the short-term gratification part of our brain that makes us feel good for the confirmation biases that we want to hear, and not, oh, this is what happens if you don't strategize your life correctly and sufficiently enough to secure a dude because you have formed yourself into the most marriageable version of yourself. Then they get hit with reality. Let's play some more.
You talking to Mike, please?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. As far as my background as well, I have always been the provider. I have always found a way. I have always, even when I got knocked down, I brung myself up with no help from a man. So my perspective is a little bit different. Like I said, like I can be very submissive. I talk to alphas.
No, you can't.
You know, but I just wouldn't be able to go to that other side because I'm not ready to give all of my trust into somebody because I've never been able to.
What? What? What type of word vomit was that? So you talk to alphas, you can be submissive, but then you're just not ready to go over to that side because you've gotten out the mud so long. This is the delusion, guys. This is what I say so much, is that this conditional femininity shit, that's her. She'd be the poster child for it. Okay, so this means to me that this is like the example of watching LeBron James play throughout his career, all right, while you sit at home and watch from a TV set. And you say to yourself, by me watching him throughout his career, I will eventually, if the team needs me, be on his level. No, you got to be playing the game today. You got to be in the game. You got to be practicing your drills, your fundamentals, right? You got to go to Coach A, Coach B, Coach C to work on the unique aspects of your game to create it while you are in the most valuable portion of your life, because you have to look at yourself as a product on the dating marketplace. You have to look at yourself as a product. For you to just think that when I'm ready, I'll be able to find a dude, that's not how it works. That's rule number one in this whole shit. The wall is real. Now, it's not to say that you won't get later in your life and not find some dude, but chances are it's not the dude that you actually want. It'll be the 4th round draft pick. You don't actually want those dudes, but could you have been happier in life towards the end of your life by improving yourself in the beginning of your life while your value on the dating marketplace is of its highest value? Let's go back in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I agree with exactly what she says, and I understand that it's hard to do that when you're the provider. But I also know that in the end, yes, of course, I would love a man
These boys
to be able
prepared.
to play that role, and I know that I'm not meant to do all this by myself. So,
Okay.
yeah, I
She's
agree.
Guys, I want to say
confused.
one thing, man. Like, you understand, right? Imagine your whole life you've been lied to about how things
Yeah.
in life are supposed to go.
Yeah.
And you find out later on that like it's all been a lie.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be like, oh, I can just change automatically. You're gonna be like, fuck.
Think of the RP rage from a female perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, like females
yeah.
now are being told you can be this person independent, but in reality, they just want to have family.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like, what do they do?
Yep.
And this is why I think men are so far ahead when it comes to this dating thing, because we've been hit with criticism for so long and we're way more attuned to the realities of the world that we live in. We haven't had as much of the pandering. So in essence, there's a red pill rage to a degree for women as well. And when they find out that, oh shit, my options are significantly less than what they were previously. Okay. This is fascinating content.
Some days it's too late.
Yep. All right. So, what's your take on it? Agree, disagree?
Okay, so with that, I do agree with her due to the fact that I see it from two standpoints. I see it in the relationship. Well, I'll start with the other standpoint.
Sure.
First. I see it within a business standpoint. You know, if you're handling a business, you know, and you're trying to do everything yourself, it's
Just real quick, you know what I noticed too? These young ladies are very respectful. Think about when they started their podcast. I think that there's a lesson in this just for men in general, right? If you allow bullshit to continue, and I know that they've received some criticism for how they've handled different kickoffs and things like that in the past, but if you allow people to shit on you, then you'll never get the respect in the future. Now these young ladies come up here extremely respectful. I haven't actually watched an entire podcast in a long time, but it seems as though this is a far stark difference than what the masses were seeing a couple of weeks to a couple of months back. All right. Take note, gents.
going to be very stressful for you. It's just going to make everything harder as opposed to you having a team or having somebody with you that's going to help you out with everything. It'll make your ride very much smoother. And the same thing with the relationship. I mean, well, with, you know, either being by yourself or being in a relationship. Yeah, you could try to do everything by yourself, but, you know, it's much easier to have somebody with you, you know, to take on, let's say, the bills or whatever else may come with it.
Sure.
You're going to need, 9 times out of 10, you're going to need somebody to be with you.
Here's the thing. Guys don't think that way. Guys are way more prepared to do this thing on our own. That's why I said earlier, I think women need men more than men need women. Okay? That's a part of the component because we understand that ain't no help coming. And we're way more solidified within that idea. There ain't no help coming. Shit, look at the homelessness rates split between men and women. Men occupy 95% of the homeless men in America. We know there's not no help coming because we face dire consequences earlier on in life and understanding that as we came of age at 18, we are the least valuable and we have to get it how we live. We need to create our value and be accountable within that because this victim mentality shit don't work for us.
Okay.
And you, and just so the people know, because we got 10,000 live viewers, by the way, guys, like the video. You know, you're an entrepreneur. You have a lashes business,
Yes,
right?
I do.
Difficult running it by yourself.
Okay, yes, it is. For me, it is kind of difficult running the business by myself. You know, sometimes as a business owner, you know, there's times where you have your days where you get unmotivated. And with having a business, you have to stay consistent. So sometimes, let's say I'm not motivated, I'm not consistent, I'm not going to get that many sales. I'm not going to get all the sales that I need, as opposed to me being consistent, posting every day, you know, talking on live as I should. But like I said, it'll be more easier with the team.
Cool. Your take on it?
When she was talking, I'm not sure if she was referring to a team as in a business team or like a relationship. I don't know if she switched right there. But again, if I think about the stuff that I'm doing from like a YouTube perspective, as well as like from a full-time job, corporate environment perspective, not once have I thought I need a woman in my life to help this be better or to help this be easier. No, I'm gonna do this shit on my goddamn own. You understand what I'm saying? And I think the majority of dudes think in that way. From a business perspective, a partnership, if you want her to join from a business partnership perspective, then go right ahead. But for me personally, I would split those two things up. My public life, my private life, my business life, my relationship life. Me personally, I would split that shit up. But that's also probably because I am confident with the type of talents and skills that I can bring within this for the time that I have the availability to be able to do so. Let's keep going.
Mostly pretty much
It's
agree.
super interesting.
Everything
Is
is
that Angelina
easier
Jolie?
with someone by your side, and it's definitely more enjoyable to life having someone by your side. I know definitely I get in my moments where I might be a little lonely, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I can't be independent, but being independent isn't what's surrounding my world or making my world go round.
Sure.
All right.
I think it's really easy to follow or trendy, let's say, to follow the strong, independent woman.
Yes.
I don't need a
Correct,
man
Angelina.
trope. But at the end of the day,
I want to make
you
it
need to
to her.
ask yourself if you're really going to be fulfilled.
Look at that body
when it
language.
comes to
She
an
not gonna
empty
tell the truth.
apartment, ordering takeout. Like, is this really what you want from your life? Or are you, just trying to follow this empowering idea that you need to do everything on your own and that you don't need a man and that men and women don't need each other?
Okay. Cool.
Sure.
What's your take on that?
Oh,
This is real.
Well, first, I think it's bold and brave that you cried first. I wasn't sure who was going to be, you or me, so feels good. I wasn't really
Deflect
like,
first.
I'm not about to have these 10,000 people roast me. No, I agree with her. There's a level of every woman, despite how they feel, whether they're on this independent thing, wants to be kept, right? We all want to be kept, and there's just a level of relief that you feel to know that you have somebody who is the pillar and the foundation of the household, and you are able to basically make the household in order to make it be a real home. I'm a private nanny, so I work personally with fathers all the time and be like, hey, I can't do this alone, because sometimes being a private nanny can really feel like being a single parent a lot. And a lot of them can attest to that you get burnt out like hell. But it really helps to know that there's a man present to basically enforce these rules with the kids and also demand the respect that it is and keep it a balanced household in order for the household to continue moving forward. And that's just me getting paid for it. God can only imagine you being a parent 24/7.
All right, let me pause that right there. She, maybe she was just nervous with her arms clenched like that. Looked like she was ready for war, but she seems like a sweetheart, actually. Shout out again to the guys over at the Fresh and Fit podcast. Fantastic job, gentlemen. I think getting down beneath the surface layer of what is actually going on in reality and putting it out there for those to view is incredibly important. Here's the thing, is that there's just some that get very angry at the content over here because they are either close to that wall or far beyond it. And they're upset, essentially, that there's information out there that's restructuring, recalibrating the way that men think about different things on their quest to becoming the most happy and the most joyous versions of themselves into the future. You understand? So at the end of the day, I feel enormously bad for those ladies, but I think instead of directing hate towards over here and other podcasts like this, I think it actually should be directed towards all of the pandering media sources that engulfed your life to make you believe these falsities. That's where I think that it should be. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Had to break this one down for you. Fantastic content yet again. All right. Until next time, YouTube.